Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to my, guess you can call it, review of Mass Effect Andromeda. Just want to precurse this by saying a few things, my opinion alone. If you don't agree with it, I don't care. I've played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. This is a review of the game itself, and not EA. Not Mass Effect 3, not Mass Effect the original trilogy, just this game in particular. I will be drawing back into 2 and 3 and 1 a little bit in regards to how the game feels in certain aspects, but let's get into that, shall we? So number 1, it definitely feels like the ship is very Mass Effect 2-y. The way the game, the way it feels, the way it lays out, and all that stuff. This table right here is basically this area here is actually your meeting room, technically. This is a la Mass Effect 3, where everyone would get in that one meeting room and kind of get together and, talk, basically. Talk about the plan, mission, and, debrief and brief and things like that. I don't mind that. I like it. It gives you a chance also to kind of communicate with some of your members. I won't tell you guys how far into the game I am, but I'm rather far in. I've been playing it almost non-stop for 4 days. That brings me to the next point. Yes, it does have some glitches. A couple times I've had to save the game and reload at checkpoint at certain points because I couldn't click the Y button. The action button, which usually is for me because I'm running this on Xbox. Like right here. Use Y to basically use. It's your action button. Sometimes you will just get, it'll say like here, it says VidCon use. Half the time you won't even get that. Sometimes what will happen is if you hit Y too quickly during, right after a cutscene or just as an action occurs, like say you get fighting, someone fights you or something, this will go away. There will be no Y, but it'll still say VidCon use. So you have to actually save the game and reload your checkpoint. From what I understand, they know that's a bug, and they're actually in the process of fixing that in the next patch. Whoa! Sorry, that's my actual home network, not the game. I'm actually streaming this to another device, so my bad. Anyways, so other than glitches like that, that's no big deal. My character does have that lifeless eye thing going on. He doesn't blink. I have not seen him blink once. That kind of disconcerts me a little bit. Like, not once. Like, we're watching this guy now, and he still hasn't blinked. Other than that, no real big issue there. I haven't come up with some of the big, weird, glitchy bugs where people walk weird and all that stuff, but to me, the animations of the mouth are the main thing. I don't spend a lot of time looking at my own character's face. I usually have the helmet on anyways because I don't like the presets. I don't usually use the presets. I tried to get one as close as I could to myself, but I couldn't even get close. I got the shaved head, but I got a beard now, so. Fortunately, they can't do like a 3-inch, 4-inch beard, so. Oh well. But other than that, graphics, really, really good. I like the animation, the cinematic is really good. It could use some definite fixes here and there, because like I've said, sometimes the animations do get a little glitchy. When going to talk to someone, you get this weird sliding into place thing, where you hit Y to initiate the conversation with the person, and then they slide into the spot where they're supposed to be standing during the conversation. Don't like that. Would prefer maybe if they walked, instead of just floated over to you, if you hit Y. That's not the best. The gameplay itself, the fighting, was really good. I like it. It's very fast-paced. The fact that you have more than one biotic, more than one power. So I've got the concussion shot, which is my left bumper. My biotic power, which is my right bumper. Which I think is the wave thing that, it pushes it waves. And then if you rest both left and right bumper, for me at least, it does a tech attack, which is a whole bunch of little swarm robot things. Overall, I like the way the controls feel. It feels rather natural. I haven't had any real problems other than with scanning. That's okay. That's just down on the D-pad. Not bad. Other than that, the controls feel okay. I mean, scanning can be a little tedious at times. Like, it forces you to do scanning, which I don't like, but I understand it is we'll say, an integral part of the game, so I understand that. The gameplay itself, when I'm talking about like actual like missions and things like that, I like the way they're laid out. It pretty much tells you on the map where the mission is. If that's it's a primary, if it's a secondary mission, it actually will show you a little white, basically a white square. It's part of the secondary objective. So there's another one there. Apparently there's something going on there. That's actually just the tech lab. Airlock, escape pods. Oh, there it is right there. So right there, it says a mission. I think that's actually my room. No, that's actually the cockpit. So right here, the little hexagons tell you that there's a side mission or a volunteer mission. Basically, you don't have to do these if you don't want to. This indicates that there's a room or an action that can be taking place in that room. Sorry. So that's the meeting room. This right here says, hey, if you go this way, your primary mission is there. There's the Pathfinder's room. I like how it shows you also where your people are. So you can actually go around real quick, real easily, and figure it out. You don't have to try to, spend the time and actually find people. Like you had to do in the previous games. I like that. All in all, I mean, I do like the game. One of the things I like about it is the fact that I've been playing it. Oh, don't look at that. But this I don't like. I'm going into the other area of the ship. And it has to load for me. Not a fan of that. Now I'm going into another area of the ship, and I have to go through another loading screen. Not a fan of that. The other thing I don't like is the loading on the planets. Now, the planets, I will admit, are massive, a la Mass Effect 1. I like how big the planets are, how much stuff there is to do on the planets. It is amazing as to how much stuff there is to do. It is just fantastic and awe-inspiring just to how big those planets are. I'm shocked as to the size of them. Now, one of the things I like about the maps as well, especially for the planet ones, is not just how big they are, but how they slowly evolve over time. What you have to do to make planets quote-unquote viable. I like it. Certain maps I found out that you actually have to let time progress in the game to actually let certain things happen. This isn't really a spoiler, but your first planet, Eos, that you go to, has a thing called the vault in it. Not going to tell you how to get to it or anything like that, but these vaults are on every planet, and they're there to basically they're doing something to the planets that's not good, obviously. And your job is to basically go into these vaults and switch them over. So far, that's the story I got. Now, I like the way it progresses you to make you do all these things to make these planets viable. But even when the planet's more viable, like Eos, for example, it is not over on that planet. There's still tons to do. With Eos, there is an amazing amount of stuff to do. One of the things you have to do with it is wait for something to occur, and then you can go back to the planet again. You can go back to it any time and do whatever you want, but to be able to do more, you have to let time progress until something occurs. And I like that. I like the fact that it tells you, hey, there is still more to do. It shows you where it is on the map, but then tells you, hey, with the action that you take and with what you did, you have to wait for the following to occur. And I really like that. I think it's amazing. I think it's a really, really good mechanic, and I'm really impressed with that. Graphics, once again, very impressed with a lot of the graphics in the game. I want to say once again, I haven't really gotten any of these big bugs that a lot of people have mentioned, so I can understand people that get the little glitches here and there. I will say this: it's definitely not worth the amount of money that it was that it was. I like that. This is definitely not. I think it's at full retail price Canadian. It's about $80. For the standard. So if you're American, that's like $75. Europeans, I think that is 55 euros. I think. No, it's 55 pounds. The British never adopted the euro. So I don't exactly know what the euro convergence is, but it's about 55 pounds. $75 American or $80 Canadian, basically. Now, this game is definitely not worth that. For me, I'd say maybe $40 Canadian would make this game worth it right now. With the amount of bugs it has, maybe 45. For two reasons. Number one, the way people talk doesn't feel right. Just doesn't look right. Don't want to say it's an uncanny value issue. I just want to say it's not the best animations. Number two, the bugs. The fact that I have to at least once every 30 to 45 minutes save and then reload my save to continue on doing a mission. It's not game breaking, but it's definitely something I don't like. The fact that I have to save the game, reload my save, to be able to continue on because something's glitched out in the game. That should not have passed QA. Like, with how often it happens to me, that tells me right there that something's, something happened. Number two, the animations when you talk to someone, don't like that. The fact that when you're standing near them, no matter how far away you are, sometimes it shows you like standing right in front of them. It's very weird. Other times they slide across the floor to get in the spot where they need to be to talk to you. I'm not a fan of that. I will admit I am impressed with the tutorial. It's the first time I've ever died in a tutorial, at least in the modern gaming era. Tutorials are very hold-handy and want you to do certain things. Go do A. Now that you've done A, this is how you do A. This is how you use your scanner. This is what the scanner does. Go scan the following thing. See Jane run. Run Jane run type thing. See Brock acquire. Acquire Brock. Acquire. Deep Space Nine joke. Anyways, so they do that, but then at the same time, they're also like, "Hey, you learned how to use this. Now use it. If you die, it's your own damn fault." And I like that. I like, for the first time, like I said, I died during the tutorial. I liked it. I was actually impressed. I died a couple times. I enjoyed that. The whole planet exploration thing, I like that. Very a la Mass Effect 1, which I appreciated a lot. Trying to think of what else here. I mean, I gotta admit, there's pretty much for every one thing I like, there's at least one thing I don't like. Which is one reason why I think the game should be at least half the price. Yeah, I know it spent a lot of years in development and all these things, and like I said, I like playing the game. I haven't stopped playing it in 4 days. But the fact that I have to save the game and reload is a big thing for me. I don't like the fact that for me to continue playing, I have to save and reload. I shouldn't have to do that. That's my biggest thing right now. It's taken me away from Wildlands, when you think about it. I love Wildlands. Wildlands is an amazing game. It's very well polished. I haven't come into a single bug with that game yet. I like the fact that the Canadian disruptive pattern, basically the Canadian Forces color scheme that we use, the digital pattern that we use, that the Marines bought from us, is in the game. I love it. I think it's amazing. The Canadian flag I've got on my pack. I love that. In this one, I also like the fact that I can customize my Shepherd. Wow, Shepherd. Sorry. Now, Yes, I don't. I actually mean Shepherd. When you do your character creation screen, one of the things you have to do is pick whether your Shepherd was male or female. I don't know why. It hasn't come up yet. But we'll have to figure that out. Number 2, being able to customize your guy, not bad. But the fact that you then get to customize your armor colors. I like that. That was from, I think, Mass Effect 2 going into... No. Well, Mass Effect 1, you can get camos. Like paint jobs. The Mass Effect 2, they kind of expanded on a little bit. Then in 3, I believe you could actually color code and like change the multiple colors and stuff like that. And basically, they just built upon that in this system, which isn't too bad. The crafting system is really good. Now there's an actual good reason why you should scan planets and collect resources. There's a thing that later on where you get a certain amount of points and you can spend those points on stuff. Those things give you bonuses. I'm looking forward to those. Those I never realized were even in the game, and now that I know, oh my gosh, it brings a whole other level to stuff. I like that. I don't know the fact that I have to run around a lot. Fortunately, the quick... there's no... When you're on a certain place, you have to take a tram from location A to B. Fortunately, it won't let you just quick... like, just jump from A to B instead. Like, no... Oh, jeez, I can't even think of what it's called. Now that I think about it. But you can't teleport from one map to another in this one place. I don't like it because there's a lot of stuff to do. Which actually brings me to both the positive and a negative. Positive, there is, and I'm only, like I said, I've only been playing for 4 days, at least 3 to 4 hours a night. I've only gotten to 2 planets. You know, the primary location as well. That's 3 locations, we'll say. And there is a lot of missions. A lot of little things, little tiny things. And it's all thrown at you right at the beginning. A lot of this stuff is up to you to slowly go over and slowly do. Which I don't mind. I like it. I don't like the fact that during conversations... when you select an option, sometimes it will jump. Like if I press up left to get to the upper left option for communication, it might jump to the far right. I would show you guys, but like I said, I'm 4 days in and I don't want to do any spoilers. That's why I'm sitting in the captain's room at the Pathfinder's room to really spoil anything. Overall, I have to admit, I do like the game. I think the game is amazing. Should you get it? It's not up to me. That's solely up to you. I won't tell you to get it. But I will say this. If it goes on sale, then, you know what? It'd be a really good idea. If, it looks kind of like Jupiter. How can I put this? If it goes on sale and it's $40 or less, it's definitely a good get. At full price, don't feel like it's worth it. Would I ask for a refund at this point? No. It's definitely buyer beware at this point until it's fixed and made, we'll say, to spec. But yeah, so anyways, overall, not a bad game. I'll say it's a good game. Is it amazing? Is it awesome as the original Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3? Right now, it definitely has a Mass Effect 1 vibe. Large planets, lots of exploring. More RPG-esque than first-person shooter. And I like that. I liked Mass Effect 1 the most. 2 to me got too shooty and arcadey, and then 3 for me just got way too arcadey. So I think this is definitely good kind of mix between Mass Effect 2 and 3. So I think they got it right, at least there. Now it's a matter of fixing the problems with it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. you guys want to see me do more of these review type videos, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you like these things. I'll keep doing them. I might even do one on Wildlands now that it's been out for a couple weeks. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.